What up, everybody? A new Tulsa King Season 3 Episode 2 teaser video gives us a preview into several scenes from Episode 2. A couple of those scenes I've already talked about in my Episode 2 trailer breakdown. One with Dwight, Mitch, Tyson, and Bigfoot looking at the remains of Theo Montague's house. And another clip with Dwight and Dunmire face to face at Montague's repass, with Dunmire telling Dwight he's not somebody you want to fuck with, and Dwight telling Dunmire that they have that in common. I'll make sure to leave a link to my trailer breakdown in the comments if you haven't checked that video out yet. The first scene from the episode preview I want to talk about is Cal Thresher's return to the show, with Dwight now trying to use Thresher as an ally. From this preview, we can tell that Thresher is now running for some kind of political office, potentially the mayor of Tulsa. The other day I mentioned Dwight using the law "Don't offend the wrong person" from the 48 Laws of Power with Quiet Ray. Now Dwight's using another power law with Thresher, "Learn how to use enemies." Thresher mentioned that Dwight's trying to get a politician in his pocket to go against Dunmire, and we know that that politician is Thresher because he mentions that he has to win first. So it looks like Thresher running for some kind of political office will be a storyline in Season 3, with Dwight ultimately trying to help him win, because the preview has Dwight mentioning being partners with Thresher. So if Thresher's running for mayor and Dwight has him in his pocket as a partner, he will literally have become the Tulsa King for real by the time Season 3 finishes, if that happens. Another scene shows Cleo Montague at her father's repass, and when she sees Cole Dunmire there, she asks him what he's doing there and attacks him. And of course, Cleo's gonna snap seeing Cole at her father's repass, knowing that her father just didn't die because of some random house fire, but that Cole and his father Jeremiah definitely had something to do with his death, because they know the timing of his death didn't just coincidentally happen right after he decided to backdoor Jeremiah by doing the deal with Dwight instead. So Cleo attacks Cole at the repass, putting hands on him and forcing Cole to defend himself to get Cleo off him, when Mitch jumps in and attacks Cole for putting his hands on Cleo. But as a result of Mitch putting his hands on Cole, Cole ends up telling Mitch that he's going to pay for that. So Mitch is now back connected with some of the people he knew prior to meeting Dwight and prior to going to prison back when he was doing the rodeo. One being a good relationship with his ex from the time, Cleo, but another with a person he doesn't have a good relationship with, Cole Dunmire. Cole Dunmire knows the old Mitch, but doesn't know him since Mitch has been connected with Dwight. But with that said, the episode 2 trailer shows Mitch get into a scuffle with somebody, which looks like it could potentially be Cole Dunmire. So we might end up getting a Cole vs. Mitch showdown as early in Season 3 as episode 2. And with that said, there's another scene from the episode preview that shows Spencer trying to leave her new job at the Bread to Buck saloon, as a kid is chasing her out, harassing her, and ends up putting hands on her, when Cole Dunmire, who's staking out the place, stops the kid from attacking Spencer and gaining her trust in the process. So number one, this tells us that Cole's staking out Mitch and Dwight's spot, the Bread to Buck saloon, and also that he connects with Spencer. But one question is, did he send the kid to harass Spencer so he could gain her trust? Or did he just happen to see the situation going down? And because Spencer might see Cole as her knight in shining armor, this might actually be the Dunmire's first move against someone who Dwight cares about. And that gets me to another clip from the preview video, and that's a clip that was also in the episode 2 trailer, and I believe the Season 3 trailer as well. And that's with Jeremiah Dunmire telling Dwight that he's obligated to destroy everything Dwight's built and everyone that he loves. But this clip gives us a more in-depth look into this scene, with Jeremiah Dunmire saying the reason why he's going to do this is because of Dwight's intrusion. Specifically talking about Dwight getting involved with Theo Montague and purchasing the distillery, when Dunmire had tried to force Montague's hand to sell to him. But this clip also shows part of Dwight's response, and of course, Dwight has no plans of backing down to Dunmire. Dwight tells Dunmire that money's money, basically telling him he's not worried about Jeremiah going after him financially, but if Dunmire hurts his people, that he's going to snatch away Jeremiah's existence and everything that him and his descendants have built. And another clip from the preview shows exactly why Dunmire is so pissed off about Dwight taking this deal from him. It shows Cleo Montague walking into his shed with Dwight, Bigfoot, and Joanne, and Cleo telling Dwight that this was her dad's 50-year collection, that Dunmire expected it existed but didn't know where it was at. And the episode trailer shows Dwight saying that 50-year-old whiskey goes for $5,000 a bottle. So this deal was even sweeter for Dwight than he initially thought, than just owning a distillery. In addition to that, he has several $1,000,000 in top shelf whiskey in stock also. And this is the real reason why Jeremiah Dunmire was trying to force Montague's hand to sell to him, because he knew that this stash existed. But because he knows that the stash exists, and the fact we already know that his son Cole had eyes on the Bread to Buck saloon from the other clip in the preview, lets us know that they could potentially be watching Dwight and his crew's moves to try to find out where the stash is located. And going back to Dwight and Dunmire's conversation with Dunmire threatening to attack Dwight's people, this could definitely play a factor into that when Dunmire does make his move, because we know sooner or later he's going to make that move. So Dunmire might end up going after somebody in Dwight's crew to try to force them to tell him where the stash is. And if they won't tell him, or they don't know, he could potentially use this as leverage to try to force Dwight's hand. And when it comes to Montague Distillers, in addition to Jeremiah Dunmire coming for him, Bill Bellalock was already heard about Dwight's new venture and is coming around looking for his cut. But Dwight's just about fed up with people always wanting to cut of what he has going on. Keep it in mind, just last episode, in episode 1, it was Quiet Ray telling Dwight that he needs to start sharing what he has going on in Tulsa. And Dwight's already been sharing with Bill Bellalock out of respect for it being his territory, and agreed to give him a generous 15% of what he had going on at the end of season 2. And now Bellalock was looking for his cut in this endeavor also. But when it comes to the distillery, Dwight's telling Bellalock he'll give him 7.5%, and he can take it or he can leave it. So I think Bellalock was going to accept the 7.5% because he knows that Dwight's not playing with him, and he's already getting paid the 15% on the other deal, and doesn't want to start problems that could end up potentially jeopardizing that. But with that said, just like Bellalock earned his 15% in season 2 by smoking Chicky, if he wants to get his 15% on this deal, that might require him to be the one to take out Jeremiah Dunmire. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.